Imagine a world where the most successful companies of today become the failures of tomorrow. This isn't science fiction, it's a reality described in Clayton Christensen's groundbreaking book, The Innovator's Dilemma. At its core, the innovator's dilemma is a paradox. The very decisions that lead a company to success can ultimately result in its downfall. Today we'll explore this concept through 3 interconnected stories that demonstrate how well-managed companies can fail due to disruptive technologies. Let's begin with the disk drive industry, a sector that saw rapid and relentless innovation from the 1970s through the 1990s. Our story focuses on industry giants like IBM and their response to the emergence of smaller disk drives. In the late 1970s, companies like IBM dominated the market with large, high-capacity disk drives for mainframe computers. These companies had built their success on being responsive to customer needs, constantly improving their products to provide greater storage capacity. However, as smaller 8-inch drives emerged, serving the rapidly growing mini-computer market, the industry leaders dismissed this innovation. Why? Because their best customers, large computer manufacturers, didn't want smaller drives. They needed larger, more powerful ones. This decision, which seemed logical at the time, opened the door for companies like Seagate and Quantum to corner the mini-computer market. By the time established players realized their mistake, it was too late. They had innovated in the wrong direction, perfecting products for a market that was about to be disrupted. As the disk drive market shifted, a similar story was unfolding in the world of mechanical excavators. Here, we see how even successful adaptation to market trends requires careful alignment with emerging technologies. Bucyrus-Erie, a leader in cable-actuated power shovels, held a dominant position in the market for years. Their machines were strong and reliable, perfect for large construction projects. However, in the 1960s, hydraulic technology began to emerge, offering smaller, more efficient excavators. These hydraulic machines initially couldn't match the power of Bucyrus-Erie's products, but they were cheaper, faster to deploy, and better suited for smaller projects. Sound familiar? Just like in the disk drive industry, Bucyrus-Erie's customers weren't interested in these new machines, as they didn't fit the needs of major construction projects. Bucyrus-Erie continued investing in its traditional, high-performance products, ignoring the potential of hydraulic technology. By the time hydraulic machines matched their traditional products in power and efficiency, Bucyrus-Erie had lost its competitive edge. Our final case study brings us to the steel industry, where small innovations would once again topple giants. The rise of mini-mills in the 1980s dramatically shifted the landscape of steel production. Traditional steel mills, operated by companies like U.S. Steel, produced high volumes of high-quality steel, serving customers in industries ranging from construction to automotive manufacturing. These large integrated mills had massive economies of scale, allowing them to produce steel at a low cost per ton. But mini-mills, which initially produced lower-quality steel from scrap metal, posed a new challenge. Like our earlier examples, mini-mills were ignored by the big players because their products didn't meet the high standards required by major industries. However, mini-mills were able to produce steel much cheaper, appealing to smaller, less demanding markets. Over time, mini-mills improved their processes and began to produce steel of higher quality, eventually overtaking the traditional mills in several key markets. By the time U.S. Steel recognized the potential of mini-mills, the smaller players had already dominated the lower end of the market and were moving upward. These 3 stories reveal a clear pattern. Well-managed companies often fail, not because they're poorly run, but because they become too focused on their largest customers, ignoring new, disruptive innovations that begin in smaller markets. The key takeaway is that companies must balance their attention between their current, profitable customers and the emerging technologies that might seem insignificant today, but will drive the future. Disruptive innovations tend to start small and appear irrelevant to mainstream markets, but as they improve, they can overthrow even the most established leaders. Finally, let's share a pivotal sentence from the book to end today's reading. The very decision-making processes that lead to success for a company are often what create the barriers to its ability to adapt to disruptive changes.